What's going on, everyone? CJ back here with another episode of the Madden 23 Cupcake Relocation Franchise. Coming off our first ever game and home opener as the Austin Armadillos. And yes, we did suffer the L to the Cincinnati Bengals, 24-17, Joe Burrow and the gang. Hey, I thought we played well. I mean, Damon Sanders, his first ever game as an NFL quarterback. He threw for over 300 yards. He had one touchdown to John Mechie. Did have those two picks, which you don't like to see that as your NFL debut as a quarterback. But hey, let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks have done that. But our defense specifically, I was very impressed by our defense. I mean, look at that score, guys, 24-17. If you watched last season, tell me how often we allowed 24 points, maybe double that, 48, right? 50 plus, but 24 points, and our defense forced 2 fumbles and we had 1 interception. Keegan McGriff, the rookie cornerback from Clemson, he had his first career NFL pick. So I thought our defense played very well. And let's be honest, if it wasn't for that Bruce Joyner fumble on our last drive of the game, we probably would have won that game. So overall, I was very impressed. I'm very happy with that result. This week, we take on the New Orleans Saints. Jameis Winston and the bunch going to be looking to eat some W's. Hopefully we can prevent that. He hasn't ate a W so far this season as they are 0-1. But I think that coming into this game, Alvin Kamara, who in real life may not even be playing for the Saints next year, kind of going through some controversy right now, but you know, in this game, we are going to have to play him. So I think that our game plan needs to be to defend the run. We seem to be always getting carved up when it comes to the running game. I'm going to leave it on full pad starters for now because I do want to get as much XP as possible, especially for some of our new guys. And as far as our offensive focus, I think that we need to focus on throwing it deep with Damon Sanders. Damon Sanders looked okay last week. He had some good moments. Again, the yardage was great, but there were some passes that were inaccurate. And if we can help him out by getting some of our receivers open and making easy throws, I think that will do wonders. We are going to stick with our go-to get one interception for our weekly game plan. As far as our defense, we're going to be a little aggressive and allow 20 points or less, seeing as how our defense did play pretty good last week. We're going to go 350 plus offensive yards. And as far as our head coach strategy, we're going to go big, 450 offensive yards. Want to try to rake in those staff points if possible. And hopefully we can just have our guys healthy because I feel good about a W today. I got to be honest.
How many people want to eat a W tonight?
But it looks like everybody is good to go. Well, no, Will Holden, our backup left tackle, is going to have a hip pointer, but that's okay. Not too worried about that. But that one is huge. Justin Britt is going to have a PCL strain, and he is going to miss this one. So our starting center, who did not play last year at all, is also not going to play in our second game of the season. So that one is a little tough. And I think rather than having our backup center, Lamont Gaillard, play, we're going to slide our right guard, AJ Cann, now a backup. He was a starter last year. We are going to slide him into the center position because the overall is 5 higher, and pass blocking and time in that pocket is going to be so key. So we'll take a look at the Saints roster here. I know we're going to have some familiar faces from last year, but we'll just go ahead and see kind of what they're working with here. So Jameis Winston going to be the quarterback under center. We all know about him, the veteran from Florida State, the Seminole. Halfback, we have Alvin Kamara. Gonna be a problem today, I'm sure. And then rookie Zach Flowers. Let's check him out real quick. They drafted him in the 4th round. So 4th round hidden dev player. Kind of reminds me of our quarterback, Dom Fitzpatrick. We drafted him in, I think, the 5th round. He was hidden dev too. Derek Watt, the fullback, wide receiver, the Ohio State Buckeye. Michael Thomas, one of the better route runners in the league. Probably going to put up some numbers on us this week. Chris Olave, also the Ohio State Buckeye, now second-year player in this franchise. Other than those two, though, their receiver room is not very good. So maybe if we can somehow take away those 2 weapons, the rest of the players behind them may not be able to do too much. Adam Troutman's their tight end. And also looks like they brought in Tommy Tremble from the Panthers to be a backup tight end. Lots of tight ends. Taysom Hill, of course, we all know about him. Stephen Monroe, the rookie from Notre Dame.
Wow.
Also hidden dev too. So it looks like Saints had a pretty favorable draft. Offensive line, they have Trevor Penning at the left side, left tackle. Andres Pete, left guard. Center is Eric McCoy. He's a pretty good player, 81 overall. Cesar Ruiz is on the right side at guard. And then Ryan Ramczyk, very good player, superstar, the veteran Wisconsin Badger, right tackle. So their offensive line is okay. Cam Jordan, been doing this thing for a long time. He's an 87 rated overall player. Looks like they got another rookie, Rashard Gibson, starting on the right side from San Diego State, another hidden dev player. Wow. So it looks like Saints did pretty good in the previous draft. Quincy Perkins, D-tackle, another rookie. He's only normal dev, though, from Ole Miss. And then also they're going to have Kurt Heinisch, 2-year player from Notre Dame. As far as the linebackers, they got Sione Takitaki, former Cleveland Brown. Demario Davis, been doing it for a long time. I think they actually bumped him up to X Factor with one of the updates, or maybe Superstar, but not in this franchise. Pete Werner going to be on the right side. Cornerbacks, they got Marshawn Lattimore, another Ohio State Buckeye. So Saints just loaded with Buckeyes here. Bradley Roby, I think actually former Texan, another Ohio State Buckeye. And then they got Alontae Taylor, Reggie Robinson. So cornerbacks, pretty good, especially their top two. Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, we all know about him. Going to be in the free safety position. And then Marcus May, another solid veteran, kicking the ball. Another rookie, Joey Batista. And then another rookie, punting the ball, Ashton Burke. So Saints with a lot of rookies here. One thing I wanted to mention, I'm trying to keep these intros a little bit short. However, can't skip through stuff. We got to go through important stuff. That's one of the fun parts, one of the funner parts of this series, I think. But if you don't like the intros and you want to skip right to the gameplay, of course, I do have the chapters below. But I don't advise that because you might miss important stuff. But if you do want to get just to the gameplay part of it, go ahead and skip down below with the chapters that I have down there. Since we do have 20 staff points to burn, I do want to go ahead and add this mean streak, boost impact blocking for tight ends. I think that if we can just get a couple extra players that have some good blocking, that will do wonders with our run game. And before we dive into this game, one thing I do want to do, our draft capital this year is not very good. We have our first round pick, but then we don't pick again to the second round. So I want to try to improve our draft capital somehow, some way. And I was thinking that Dede Westbrook, yes, I know he was a 1,000-yard receiver last year. I'm aware of that, but I think that with the receivers that we did bring in, McCole Hardman, Jamal Agnew, we got John Mechie back, maybe we can get something from Dede Westbrook. So I would like to see just kind of what he's worth. Doesn't look like too many teams are really interested in him. He has red interest from pretty much everybody as I scroll through the board here. Looks like the only team that has interest in him at all is the Saints, who are playing right now, but their cap room would be in the negative. So I don't know. Let's just go with Steelers. Maybe they had a bad record last year, so possibly we could get a good draft pick from them. Highly doubting that this is going to go through, but let's see if they would just trade Dede Westbrook straight up for a third round pick. I doubt it, but let's just see. Doesn't get too much interest, so maybe we could sweeten the deal a bit and our old buddy Taco Charlton, since we now have Marcus Davenport and Ndamukong Suh. Taco Charlton is a 70 rated semi-young player. Let's see if that does anything to move the needle, and it does slightly. So I'm thinking maybe if we throw in a draft pick from next year, that might just get the deal done. We have 3 7th round picks. I mean, we don't need those, but if we give them a 6 from next year, that should get the deal done. Let's just see if it goes through, and it does. Done deal. So we give up Dede Westbrook, we give up Taco Charlton, and a 6th round pick from next year to acquire a 3rd round draft pick this year. I think that is smart because, again, our draft capital is not high and we're going to want to improve that. So that will take care of the first trade that we are able to do this year. So we are taking a trip to Nolans to the Superdome to take on the New Orleans Saints. They got a couple X factors. They got some superstars. Beatable team, I think. We have some NFC rivals coming up, and I think that our schedule is very doable in about these next 4 weeks. So we got to make something happen, guys. Without further ado, Austin Armadillo's second game in franchise history. Let's get down to Caesars Superdome and get ready for the game. So we will receive this thing first here in Caesars Superdome. Our MVP Bobo Wilson, or at least our former MVP Bobo Wilson, gonna bring this thing to not even the 20. Here comes Damon Sanders. So Damon Sanders' NFL debut against the Bengals. I would say he played pretty good. 329 yards through the air, 1 touchdown to John Mechie. Did have those 2 interceptions, so gotta definitely clean that up. But I think if anybody is up for the task, it is the UAB Blazer himself, Damon Sanders. And we are going to start this thing out in the shotgun passing situation here. Going to try to double team some of the defenders on the line here. And we're going to drop back to pass. And I actually like Bruce Joyner. There's Bruce Joyner. Had a big game last week, 131 yards through the air, as we see on the screen, 9 receptions. But he did have the probably game-ending fumble. Aside from that, I do think that Bruce Joyner played very well in his NFL debut. So 2nd and 1 now. See, Pollard did not have a good game last week, so hopefully we can turn that around. And that's a big run to start. Pollard able to pick up 8 on the play, so you like to see that. It was pretty tough for old Mr. Pollard there last week against the Bengals. And now we are going to spell in Dom Fitzpatrick. I want to flip this thing here, run it away from Cam Jordan, because Cam Jordan is Cam Jordan, of course. We don't like him at all. So here comes Dom Fitzpatrick, rookie Miami Hurricane. Looking for some blockers, has a few, able to pick up about 4 on that play, 3 they say. 2nd and 7 here, coming out of single back formation. Sanders going to drop back. Going to hit Joyner again. He's open, misses a tackle. Bruce Joyner picking up right where he left off last week, and he is able to pick this thing up. Big gain, able to move the chains, and just like that, we already take this thing into Saints territory. So 1st and 10 here into Saints territory on the 39-yard line. Sanders going to come out single back formation again. Going to drop back, and who else but Bruce Joyner, and that might be a roughing the passer call as well. On top of the huge completion to Joyner. It'll be a holding. Who's the suspect? Who's the culprit? Tyrell Crosby. Thanks, Tyrell. That was wonderful. Now 2nd and 15 here. We're going to see if we can hit him off of some play action. Maybe look for McCole Hardman. Here comes Sanders. He's rolling out, and I actually do like Hardman. Is it going to be a good pass? No. Is that an interception? No, it's a catch. Oh, my God. I thought that was intercepted. Somehow McCole Hardman comes down with the catch. Mike Tomlin loving it. So am I. That was a high degree of difficulty. I tried to lead him more to the left, and I don't know how in the heck McCole Hardman was able to come down with that, guys, but come down with it he did. And what was that, a glitch? I mean, that was Demario Davis. I went right through his helmet. I mean, all right. So 1st and 10 here, ball on the 20-yard line. We are knocking. Here comes Dom Fitzpatrick. Going to try to cut it upfield. He does slightly. Picking up 7. So, you know, decent result. I can live with that. And I think that we're going to stay on the ground here. We're going to go back to Pollard, although New Orleans does have quite a few players in the box. I think that it's still the right call. We're going to send Joyner in motion, double team the left side, right side of New Orleans, that is. And here comes Pollard. Nope. Wasn't able to pick it up. No gain on the play. So big 3rd down here, guys. If we can pick this up, our first drive is looking pretty promising. And we are going to try to do it. There is Ricky Seals-Jones. Don't forget about Ricky. He was a 1,000-yard receiver last year. If not, he was very close. And that time he was wide open, able to move the chains for 11. And I am liking the way that this opening drive is looking for us. I think that we can probably hit McCole Hardman on the slant here. We're darn sure going to try. Tyrann Mathieu is on coverage, so got to be careful. But I still like him. And that was almost intercepted. Probably not the best option there. Maybe we just go to the ground with Pollard, because the interception there, I would have cried. Oh, I definitely would have. There's Pollard. Oh, yeah. Opening drive TD, just like he had last week. Tony Pollard, his 2nd touchdown on the season. Hasn't had a lot of yardage on the ground, but he has found pay dirt twice. And you know what? I can live with that. So a good opening drive by the Austin Armadillos. Let me be quiet. Should be a good kick by Rohrwasser, and it is. Of course, we are in a dome, so no wind here. So Jameis Winston looking to eat some W's, as he has said in the past, and we're going to try to find a way to make sure he doesn't do that. It looks like he had a pretty good game. His first outing, no interceptions, and we know that Jameis is very prone to interceptions. That much we know. Had 30 in one season, and we're going to see if Keegan McGriff and the boys, Jason Verrett and Landon Collins and our defense, who played pretty well last week, we're going to see if we can force some turnovers today. So Jameis Winston starting out in single back. Kamara, of course, behind him. It's going to be a pass, though. Not going to be a run to Kamara, and there is a catch and a completion by Adam Troutman, the tight end. Troutman had 5 grabs last week, 67 yards, did not find the end zone. So now 2nd and 5. Gotta figure this is probably going to be a run to Kamara, you would think. Of course, it's not. It's going to be a quick pass to Troutman again. Landon Collins wraps him up and pushes him out of bounds. That was a good read by Winston. Got that ball out quick. I thought for sure that would be a run to Kamara, but it was not. So now Winston content to live in this single back formation. Does he finally go to Kamara, or will this be another pass? It will be another pass, and that's Michael Thomas running that slant route. We know he's very good at that. He has made a living, made a career out of running those slants, and that one no different, able to pick up 14. So far, Winston not even looking Kamara's way. You feel like eventually he will, but I don't know. He might just keep slinging it. Single back again. He will keep slinging it. That time, not a good pass, but it is hauled in by Chris Olave. Got the Ohio State wide receivers as wide receiver number 1 and wide receiver number 2. This time, it's got to be a run to Kamara, right? I'm calling it. It has to be. No, it's not. Jameis Winston just living in this passing situation. Michael Thomas beats us deep. And he finds pay dirt.
This time it's gotta be a run to Kamara, right? I'm calling it. It has to be.
Very surprised on that drive. I never went to Kamara, not one single time. Jameis Winston did it all himself through the air. You got to tip your hat to that. I mean, there's nothing you can say about that. Jameis Winston just balled out. 2nd and 10 now, going to come out in the I formation. Sanders going to have a couple different options to work with here. And that time we have Jamal Agnew, number 2, big free agent acquisition that we picked up in episode 1. I thought that was a very good acquisition. I was very pleased with that. I think that Jamal Agnew can do some really good things for us, and I almost want to I almost want to throw it to him, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna stay true to what we called, which is an inside zone with Pollard. Hopefully he can get it. He will. Nice hole there, develop, nice blockers. Kenyon Green was able to make a nice hole for Pollard. Pollard hits it, and we live to fight another down. Somehow I came out in the fake spike formation because I was pressing circle too quick, I guess, so that is unfortunate. Have to burn a timeout for no reason at all, but that's all right. Nonetheless, we come out here in a shotgun formation in a couple curl routes, and there is John Menchie wide open in the middle of the field. He fumbled it. Was he down? Demario Davis scoops it up. Please tell me John Menchie was down. My heart can't take another fumble after last episode. It really can't. He was down. That's coming back. That is coming back. I am confident. Booth review. Gimme that football back, ref.
Previous play is under review.
Even though you're never on the field because EA took you off the field, he's down. Knees down. Not even worried about this one, guys. That ball is going to stay with the Austin Armadillos. Yes, thank you very much. All right, so 7's on the scoreboard. Can't be mad at that at all. We had a good opening drive. Saints matched us. They matched us with a good drive of their own, and now 0 rushing yards though. That's very that's very strange. Didn't give the ball to Kamara at all, but now we are on our second drive, and we're trying to carry this momentum, keep this thing going. So it's going to be a run with Pollard. That time, no blockers were able to develop, and Tony Pollard loses 12. That's tough. Very unfortunate. 2nd and 12 now here. We're going to come out of the shotgun formation. We got 2 receivers and a tight end to our right. I don't see anybody, and we are going to be sacked there for taking a big loss. That is Peyton Turner, the 3-year man, the right end from Houston. That was tough. Did not see anybody getting open downfield, and the last thing that I wanted to do was chuck an interception. So I think we bring Pollard over to the right side. No, we can't. That's all right, though. That's intercepted. That's picked. That is picked. That is Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger. I thought it was a good pass still. I don't think it was terrible. But Tyrann Mathieu is Tyrann Mathieu. And I saw John Menchie getting open. Tried to pass lead him. Kind of got jumbled up on his routes there. There's where he's breaking and he's open. So here comes Winston finally going to Kamara. And looks like Kamara is going to have a great first carry of the game, picking up 22 yards. We know how running backs are. We don't like running backs on this channel. We don't like running backs on this team. Running backs tear us apart time and time again. Hopefully Kamara is different today. And that's a bad pass by Winston, lobbed over there to the cameraman. So Winston with his first incompletion of the game. We have the Saints now right where we want them in a big 3rd down situation. And just got to find a way to get them off the field here. Here comes Winston. That's a good route. Great route by number 83. That is Tommy Tremble. Backup tight end, acquired from free agency. The former Carolina Panther. Ran a very good zig route there. Completely faked me out of my jock strap. I am jockless right now. Yes, I am. And Winston going back to shotgun now. Going to be a give to Kamara. Kamara just putting on the moves. We can't stop him. And he's able to get in. So I don't know how to stop running backs in this game, at least not with the team that we have. We know from watching if you watched last season, we got the rushing record broken on us twice. Nick Chubb did it. Derrick Henry did it. Tons of running backs just balled out on us. Don't think it's going to be any different with Kamara today, but we're going to try. We're going to have to try. So now our screen's shaking. We have away team has trouble catching. That's awesome. Just what I want. There's Jamal Agnew. Nice catch, able to cut it to the left and pick up 7. Part of me wants to audible this to John Menchie, and I think that I think we're going to do just that. Got to be aggressive here. I like the single coverage that we could have. Not going to develop, and just going to throw this thing up, trying to lob it over the head of Marcus May. Was not able to, and that will bring us to second down now. So 2nd and 10, we're coming out empty. Going to look for some possible slants on the left side. I do see him. There's Mechie, pass lead. That's another interception. Are you kidding me? Marshawn Lattimore? Oh my God. That was a good pass. That was a good pass, I thought. Tell me how we don't get that over the head of Marshawn Lattimore. I really am struggling to find out how. I really am. Okay, well, Damon Sanders starting week 2 with 4 interceptions. It's not good. Definitely. You just got to shake it off, and you got to be better, right? That's what they say. Got to be better. So here comes Pollard. Pollard, how is the pursuit so strong there? I don't know. Pollard picking up a good gain there, able to pick up good yardage, but it's like the pursuit was just right there in our face. So here we come out I formation. Going to give it back to Pollard. Pollard again had a hole there, but just converged. Sione Taki somehow just shot out of there like a cannon, and he was able to wrap us up before we could do anything with it. But pick up a 5, not terrible. Here we come out 2nd and 5 now. And there is Jamal Agnew, number 2. Set him on a drag, which was a good call. And now it is 1st and 10. We are moving this ball pretty effectively, I would say. But also don't forget, we do have to drain some of this clock. I don't want to, even if we score, which, God, I hope we score, don't want to give this ball back to Winston and company with too much time. So here comes Pollard. Not really any blockers, only able to pick up 3. Kind of like Joyner on a streak here, possibly Menchie in the middle of the field. Can we bring Pollard over, though? We can. I'm going to use him as an extra blocker on Cam Jordan because, again, it's Cam Jordan. And that is going to be McCole Hardman. Thank you. Good catch. Coming back to get that thing, sitting down on the curl route. And now, guys, I am in no rush to snap this ball. All right, we got about 12 seconds to go here until halftime, or 12 seconds, wow. A minute and 20 seconds to go until halftime. Here comes Sanders. And that is another catch by Agnew, diving in for the touchdown. There it is. Thank you. Needed that. Needed that. Needed that. Jamal Agnew able to find his way into the end zone. Good pass by Sanders. Sanders still minus on the touchdown interception ratio, but that will definitely help his cause as he's thrown 2 picks, but also thrown a touchdown. And we bring this thing a little bit closer, but I would like there to be a little bit less than a minute and 12 seconds left on the clock, I gotta say. So you know it's passing situation here, and I am going to come out man coverage. I do think that is the right call. We shall see. And that's an interception. Jason Verrett, look at that. Just the turnover that we needed. Thank you, Mr. Verrett. Oh, my gosh. That is huge. Jameis Winston with his first miscue of the day. And that gives us prime scoring position. So a minute and 7 to go here. We're going to try to just hit Pollard on a screen. Maybe. And that's not a good decision, apparently, because that ball could have been intercepted. Thank goodness it wasn't. But now 2nd and 10 here. Sanders coming out single back. A field goal would be fine, but don't want that. I want points. Darn it. And instead, we're going to be sacked. Just going to let this thing tick down here. Oh, man, that is Cam Jordan. I really don't like that guy. A veteran from Cal, of course, been doing this for a very long time, and I don't like him. He is a very bad man. Very bad man indeed. Just got time for one more here. We're going to double team Cam Jordan. I'm going to let this clock tick down for absolutely as long as I possibly can. We actually, oh my gosh, that's Agnew. Catch that, catch that. You got to catch that. Jamal Agnew, oh my God, gets down to the 1 yard line. Wow. Jamal Agnew, welcome to the Austin Armadillos. We had pressure in our face. Actually, we didn't.
Bruh.
Jamal Agnew just got open right away, and what a dart. Absolute dart by Sanders. All right, so here we go, guys. Just the opportunity we needed. Maybe should run this, but we could possibly have Hardman on the stick route, which I actually like, and he catches it one-handed. Mecole Hardman able to knot this thing up before halftime. So our two new wide receivers, Mecole Hardman and Jamal Agnew, absolutely showing out in this game. And guys, we got ourselves a 0-ball game, tied, going into the locker room. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. 21's on the scoreboard. We're fighting. This team is fighting. We fought last week against Cincinnati, of course. We took the L in that one, yes. But we still fought. This game was 21-7. Now it's 21-21. I like the fight. I like the grit. Just got to make sure nothing dumb happens here. All right, so we are heading to the locker room here at Caesars Superdome, and the game is tied. 21's on your scoreboard. Damon Sanders, he has 2 interceptions, but aside from that, he's looking pretty good. He is slinging the rock. Running game, I would not say anything to write home about at all, but it's decent, and I think we're going to switch back to run inside as our game plan, and then as far as the defensive game plan, we're going to go defend inside run. Saints will get the ball, but regardless of what happens here, we're fighting, and we got ourselves a ball game, so let's freaking go. So we're going to come out 4-3 again. Hopefully we can somehow stop Kamara, but it's not even a run to Kamara, actually. It's a pass to Troutman, who apparently is the second coming of Travis Kelce in this game. Having a great game, already found the end zone, has a bunch of catches. So Winston single back, and it is going to be another give to Kamara. Kamara has a big hole in the middle of the field. We just can't find a way to stop him. He's at 4 for 68. So averaging over 15 yards a carry, right? If my math is correct. So we're going to do the same thing. Come out, man, audible into zone. We're staying in our base 3-4. This time it will be a pass, however, and that's Michael Thomas. I saw it wide open. Christian Harris was able to make that tackle, but not until the sticks were moved. And Saints marching. Saints are marching in. Yes, they are. Winston coming out and that's going to be a give to Kamara. Kamara has nice blocks. Only able to pick up 6, and I say only because 6 yards for Alvin Kamara in this game is godsend. I formation now. I think we're going to keep with our same trend, audible this into zone. I kind of like how that happened last time. It's going to be an outside give to Kamara, and there is Alan Schmidt, I believe, our rookie from Arizona State. That is Alan Schmidt. Got him hidden development player in the draft. Didn't really call his name too much last week. Hopefully we can call it a little bit more today. So now definitely a passing situation. Got to watch out for Michael Thomas here. Should be Jameis's first read, and it is. I called it. Even with knowing that, we still couldn't stop Thomas. So that's just depressing. So Saints are moving here, and Winston actually going to come out empty. Wow, surprised at that call. We'll see if it proves to be a good one. As he is surveying, wow, Denzel Perryman could have had a pick if he would have just put his hands up. He did not. That's a catch to Travis Kelce's cousin, I guess, Troutman. Adam Troutman, who looks like a amazing wide receiver. Not sure that he is that amazing. We got to run up the middle. There's Kamara, and it proves to be the right decision as Javon Hargrave drops him in the back, and now Cesar Ruiz, the offensive lineman, is also hurt. Do we run commit again? I don't think so. Not on this one. I could see it being a run, but it's not gonna be, and that's gonna be a catch to Michael Thomas, a touchdown. That was tough. I mean, it's tough down and distance. I mean, it's a 2nd and goal, 4 yards. You got Michael Thomas, one of the best slant wide receivers in the game. They called the right call. We didn't, and Saints are now up. Got to find a way to come back and tie this. All right, so we got a battle on our hands, guys. 1st and 10. Going to operate off play action, and just going to check this thing to Pollard. We got to. Pollard shakes the tackle, proves to be a good decision. I didn't like any of the routes that were developing downfield. Pollard was able to make the first man miss and able to move the chains, so that is a very good result. Definitely love to see that. Now we are going to spell in Dom Fitzpatrick here. Would love to see some more production from him. I think he could be a very bright spot on this offense, and we're going to give him a shot here. Here comes Fitzpatrick up the middle, huge hole, able to pick up 9. Dom Fitzpatrick, the power back from Miami, the Miami Hurricane, able to pick up good yardage and move the chains. And I think we're going to keep it on the ground, but this time we'll bring back Tony Pollard. Running game has looked better in this game, yes, than it has last week, but that time play is blown up in the backfield. That's Quincy Perkins. Here comes Pollard. Got the block he needed. Very close. They say 1st down, but our starting right guard, Darrell Williams, is holding his chest. Offensive line is already pretty suspect as it is, and an injury to Darrell Williams, who is our highest rated offensive lineman, might not be good. Here comes Tony Pollard, gets a good block, but oh man. I tried to cut back because I anticipated there being a hit. Turns out there wasn't. And if I would have just kept going, I would have had a huge game, but still picks up 5. Nobody. That's a bad pass, and that's intercepted by Tyrann Mathieu. What am I doing? What am I doing? I didn't want to take the sack there. That's on me. I'll take that 100%. That's on me. Now we got to play defense, which we know has already proven to be very tough. Here comes Kamara. That time he is met and stopped by Denzel Perryman. After that turnover, guys, we got to get them off the field. It's our only shot to stay in this game. We got to find a way to do it. Don't like our odds, but we're going to try. And there's Kamara, and he is stuffed. Javon Hargrave and Marcus Davenport was there to meet him in the backfield. So after a terrible decision by me, we are graced with a stop by our defense. We cannot let them down after that amazing effort. We have to find a way to not do what I did last drive. That's the big thing. Don't do what I did last drive. Okay, so here comes Mr. Sanders here operating out of the backfield. And I actually like Jamal Agnew there, but we were throwing out of a sack. It was a good pass. Jamal Agnew had a lot of real estate in front of him, but we were throwing out of the sack, which is very difficult to do. And now we find ourselves in a 2nd and 11. So let's go ahead and double team Cam Jordan, because why not? Hop him back. There's Bruce Joyner. Give it to Bruce. I love this connection with Bruce Joyner. I'm really glad we drafted him. I think he's going to be an integral part of our offense. Catches a big one there. Throwing it over the head of number 20, Pete Werner. Mike Tomlin clapping it up, and we are able to extend the drive, so that is great. So we got a good one going here, guys. Damon Sanders, 3 interceptions. I would say one of those definitely on me.
And pass, and that's intercepted by Tyrann Mathieu. What am I doing?
So Damon Sanders, 2 interceptions, CJ Smalls, 1. But regardless, we find ourselves still in this ball game. 3rd and 1 here. Got to pick this up. Going to give it to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick makes the first man miss and is able to convert, so that is good. Love to see it. And as long as we can keep moving this thing, be smart with the football, this is far from over. If I can't make the right decisions and make the right reads, it might be over. But right now, it's not. Here we go now. We're sacked. We have no time. That's Cam Jordan. Tough. 2nd and 18 now. We got a trips bunch to the right. There's McCole Hardman. Please catch that. Not able to hang on to it. We put him in a tough situation. That would have been difficult for anybody to come down with, yes. So we got 3rd and 18 now. I'm going to do something that I might regret, but I'm going to try to work off a play action. I don't think they'd be expecting that. We might have McCole Hardman, which I actually think that we do. There's McCole, number 7. Okay, thank you. That is clutch, guys. That is clutch. I wasn't sure if that was the right call. Turned out to be. And we pick up a 3rd and 18 to keep this game alive. Now, I think that we need to go back to the ground for a bit here. Don't want to abandon that quite yet. Absolutely not. Or actually, yeah, no, I got something different. I got something different in store for these boys. I know what I'm doing, I promise. 1st and 10, single back in the jumbo formation. There's Bruce Joyner. What did I say? I said I had something for those boys. There is Bruce Joyner, proving to be our number 1 option. 5 receptions, 80 yards. And we are trying to tie this thing up at 28. So we got 6 minutes to go into the ball game. Got to find a way to do it. Here comes Tony Pollard. Met in the backfield, nothing. Not able to do anything, loss of 1. Running room still proving to be pretty tough, I will say. So now we find ourselves on the 14-yard line here, 2nd and 11. Sanders in the bunch formation. And I saw John Menchie, but I couldn't get it off in time.
I can't believe I let you slip. I think about it 7 days a week and this just...
Because who else? Cam Jordan. I mean, I should have released that thing quicker, right? I get that. But I couldn't, and Cam Jordan makes the play. So now 3rd and 16. What do these Austin Armadillos have in store for this New Orleans Saints defense? I don't know, but I know we have a receiver, and of course we just can't get it over the head. Oh, gotta take the points with Rohrwasser here, which I don't even think that we will. We won't. All I can say is Can I get a turnover, a pick, or something? Gosh, we need it. There's Michael Thomas. Javon Hargrave is injured. I just lost all steam I had, guys. That is very unfortunate. I blew that. I blew that last drive. I get it. I did. I blew it. Gonna be a flag. Could be holding, though. That'd be nice.
Personal foul.
Face mask.
Face mask.
Oh, yeah.
Defense.
Madden hates me. 4 minutes to go still. And if we can get a sack on Winston, which we can't, but we are able to force him to throw a ball out of the sack, and we are able to limit Kamara to a loss of 1. Thought we had Winston there, though. Really think that we should have, but nonetheless, Winston got 3 receivers to his right, and he is looking for Adam Troutman, sorry, the tight end. All right, so obvious passing situation here. What do the Austin Armadillos have in the tank? If anything, can we stop them? Here comes Winston. Come on, switch on to him. All right, I can live with that. Gonna call timeout here too. Regardless of how you crack it, it's gonna be tough. But the fact that we limited them to a field goal is big. And we gotta score quick. Might have to go for an onside kick too, depending. So we gotta move quick here though, that's the thing. I mean, we're down by 2 scores. Probably not gonna get an onside kick. So we gotta move quick. And we're going to try to do just that. Here's Sanders rolling out. And I am just going to take the yards, which I don't know if that was the best thing to do. But, you know, is what it is. We did it. Maybe time for one more play here before the 2-minute warning. If we can be quick. We will get the snap off, and just going to throw it to Pollard. Please catch that. Not able to stay on his feet, though. What are you doing, Tony? What do we do here? That is the question. Only got 1:55 to operate, so got to move quick. I guess we go to Pollard. We have to, right? Just pick up the first down, move the chains. That's all we can really do. 1st and 10 here now. I'm looking to see what the safety does, and that will determine where I go with this ball, I think. High point it to Joyner. Can you catch that? Oh my God, that was it right there. That was the play, ladies and gentlemen. But we couldn't get it. So got to double team Cam Jordan here. Man, that was tough. That was tough. And, yep. Don't know what that was. That was a bad pass. That's what that was. So I'm thinking if we can pick this up, maybe we go back to that same play with Jamal Agnew. Let's pick it up, though. Bruce Joyner, you could be my hero, and you are. Got to call a timeout here. Got to call a timeout. Bruce Joyner is my hero. He is coming up so big for us. And we are going to go back to that same play that we hit Jamal Agnew on earlier. Will we get the same result? I don't know, but it's worth a shot, right? It's definitely worth a shot. So here comes Sanders. Nope. He's sacked and he fumbles it. That's ball game. Ball game in Nolans. Damon Sanders with 4 turnovers. You can't do that, brother. You can't. Can't do that. Rashard Gibson, the rookie from San Diego. I mean, we had pressure right there. Nothing we could really do about that. That's ball game. All right, so I mean, that's your ball game. That was a tough one. I think that it came down to that last drive where we weren't able to convert and we missed the field goal. I think that really is what did us in. 21-38, but I don't think the Saints, the 38's inflated. I think that we play the Saints pretty tough until, again, that last drive. But, we drop another one, and we're starting off this thing 0-2. So we'll take a look at the stats. Damon Sanders had 3 interceptions. Got to cut that out. 2 touchdowns. Again, over 300 yards. Jameis Winston only with 192. Did have the 1 pick. Alvin Kamara with 85 yards. So, I mean, you see the yardage really isn't there for the Saints. They got the ball in plus territory a lot. Pollard is able to have a better game, going for 62. Dom Fitzpatrick, with limited carries, is averaging 5 yards a carry. But this guy right here, Bruce Joyner, again going over 100 for the second time. Michael Thomas had 2 touchdown passes. McCole Hardman with a good game. Jamal Agnew with a good game. And defensively, we really didn't do anything. I mean, we had Jalen Burnett, our rookie. That's good, from Vanderbilt, our number 1 pick. Had 2 tackles for loss. Javon Hargrave, who is now injured, 2 tackles for loss. Sacks, I think we had 1 on Winston, or no, we don't have any. I guess they counted that as a run, so still sackless.
Okay.
That sucks. Jason Verrett had a pick, though, so. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like we're playing better than we did last year, for sure. We just dropped a couple tough ones early on in the season, so I think our schedule, though, is very favorable. We got the Falcons coming up next, the Bucks, and the Panthers. I think that those are all winnable games. We'll check the injury, though, so Justin Britt should be back next week. Will Holden should be back. Javon Hargrave, though, out 4 weeks. So that is unfortunate. Jalen Burnett will be thrust into a much bigger role. But, hey, don't worry about it, guys. 0-2, again, not the ideal start. But we got this. Austin Armadillos, we are here. We are coming to make some noise. As always, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Until the next one, I will catch you then. Peace.